What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D here at Roosevelt Park in front of Michigan Central Station, getting these 10,000 steps in. And let me just start off by asking you guys, are y'all tired of winning yet? Of course you're not. Man, listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. We've been winning consistently since January, all right? It has been a fun 2025, and we're getting further into the year. It's gonna be ending in a matter of a few months. I really don't want to see 2025 come to an end because it has been so enjoyable just winning over and over and over and over. Even the small wins are super fun. Small win it may be, but Cracker Barrel has decided to reverse course on that foolery that the woke CEO was on. For those of you that have not been keeping up, they have a very liberal white woman as the CEO of Cracker Barrel. Listen, man, this isn't a diss against white women as a whole. I think white women are great. But liberal white women, man, woo! You drop a liberal white woman into a business, she is going to run it into the ground every single time. They can never make calm, reasonable decisions that are going to benefit the business, that are going to prop up the business, that are going to make the business more profitable. No, they are always going to self-insert their personal beliefs. They are going to prioritize that over the health of the company. This woman did just that. She wanted to, apparently they has dropped like 700 million or something ridiculous like this on this rebrand that they were doing. Insanity. I mean, perhaps that's part of the reason why she was being so stubborn about reversing course on this, because she had spent so much money on the foolery, on her ill-thought angle, and it wasn't working out, and she doesn't want to admit that. But you have a woke CEO, very stubborn about pulling her head out of this nosedive, and they lost $148 million in value. Literally everybody is saying, we hate this, we hate this. It was so crazy because you had people from the left and the right saying, yeah, this Cracker Barrel rebrand, it kind of sucks. I understand that when it comes to the internet, if it's a big deal on the internet, in a lot of cases, it's a touch lighter than nothing in real life. But this Cracker Barrel thing just wasn't going away. It was gaining more and more and more steam, to where even our president chimed in on it. And the amusing thing about that is that after he put them on blast, now they decided to reverse course. Ooh, hey, here goes something over here that I didn't realize. We got this picture right here of how Central Station used to look. Like, this picture here of how decrepit it was. So that's pretty cool. That's been over here. I guess I just didn't notice it during the previous visits that I had over here. Nonetheless, our president puts Cracker Barrel on blast, deservedly so. And a few hours later, the Cracker Barrel account, it doesn't have a check mark. So I wasn't really sure if this was really the Cracker Barrel official account. But it was. It had over 100 and something followers. It had been made in 2011. In the history of it, it was all stuff about Cracker Barrel. So I'm like, okay, this is legitimately the account. Now, I don't think the CEO was game for this. I think she's basically overruled, because she, as far as I know, has still not made a statement regarding this. It was a statement released on their Cracker Barrel Twitter account about how, there's 70,000 employees, they can't wait to serve you, and just, it was a nice, neat PR statement. The type of PR statement that should have been released a week ago, honestly. When she was seeing that things were going left the way that they were, instead of doubling and tripling down on stupid, she really should have been listening to her customers. A CEO like this is the worst type because they're too stubborn for their own good. They want to be right so badly, and they're going to go against everybody. You had the entirety of the internet, and that's where I was going with that earlier. When I understand that in most cases, that if it's a big deal on the internet, it's a touch lighter than nothing in real life. But in this case, it wasn't just the internet because the company lost 148 million in value. So it ain't just the internet. You have your customers saying, we hate this, we don't want this, do not change the decor, do not change the logo. And you see your stocks taking a huge hit. And you say, oh, it's just a small minority that are upset about this. Actually, everybody really loves this. It's just a very vocal minority. This is how stuck on stupid she was. As the stocks crash, she's still claiming it's just a vocal minority. She's just putting her fingers in her ears and going la, 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 la. It was so many people making videos about Cracker Barrel, going there to check out to see if the decor, the decor on the inside had changed. Now I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. The inside of Cracker Barrel, the decor, I'm not really that huge of a fan of, never have been. It doesn't bother me, but I really wasn't like, oh, they need to keep it. I wouldn't mind if they changed that a little bit, but I understand I'm in the minority when it comes to that. It seems like more people want old cereal boxes and old spatulas and, muskets hanging up on the wall and all that. They want that to stay, and it doesn't bother me. So if they want it, I'm okay with it. It's not gonna bother me as long as I can still get them pancakes with the crispy, buttery edges the way that I be getting. Listen, Cracker Barrel allows me for breakfast to eat pancakes, grits, and fried chicken. Right? Pancakes, grits, and fried chicken. When you go to Cracker Barrel, you want old school Southern cooking. This is what they've always provided. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of First Watch, but based on what I seen, that one location that they showed, the more modern location that all of them were going to turn into, it's like they were trying to turn it into another First Watch. And their First Watch already exists. So unless you're trying to turn this into like another brunch restaurant, man, leave well enough alone. All right, the whole throwback, old country store feel and aesthetic that they were going for, it's worked for them. It's so important to understand your audience. It's okay to lean into your audience's wants. So I don't know what they're going to do with the CEO. Honestly, if it was me, she'd have to step down. If I had my way, she'd have to step down. I don't advocate for people losing their employment. Maybe she can go somewhere else in the company, but she's not good for the CEO position. She's already shown that. She's demonstrated that very early on, and I don't think it'll get better. I think it'll get much worse from here. I'm gonna leave it there though, you guys. Cracker Barrel has reversed course. We're still winning in 2025. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do, and hit me in them comments. I'ma holler at y'all. Peace.